almost a week or so when I was visiting the city. So I was kind of, I didn't have my phone. First time here, Gina, Ocean, UK time 3:38. 3:38 at night, early morning, or in the afternoon? Nighttime, wow. That's quite late. You're up late. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't been here for a while just because I was visiting the family for almost about a week and a bit and didn't have access because Duke bit my phone, my good phone. So I couldn't do any chats or any live or even respond to anybody's questions. It's 10:30 p.m. in Toronto. Yeah, it's roughly about, what time is it right now? 7:39. I'm here in BC. When do you come live? I'm starting to come live in the evening right now. Just it's been a little bit easier than during daytime because it is getting a little bit colder outside, and I'm trying to finish things as much as possible before we start to get hit with any colder weather. Nice to see you here again. Hey Ziggy, how are you? South Texas, US 8 time, 9:38. So you're about 2 hours ahead of me. Wow, so it is quite late in some of the areas. This is the only time I can start coming live. I'm taking advantage during the daytime to finish as many things as I could before it gets colder, and I won't be able to work in the tiny house as much. But possibly during the winter time, it'd probably be easier for me. It'd be any time. What cause face puffiness, dietary speaking? It's hard to say. Sometimes it could be a deficiency in vitamins and B complex that actually causes these issues. We'll have to look into it a little bit more in details to check the gut why this is happening. Give me a sec. Duke wants to go out again. What's the matter? No, you're not going out anymore. You're gonna try to sleep outside, aren't you? Go. Don't be too long. I'm gonna close the other door. Give me a second, guys. Just gotta get it's a little bit darker here. Hi from Trinidad. Hey, how's it going today? Hopefully you guys are good. I'm just gonna get the lights on. I have what causes Rusaka. So give me a second, guys. Found some good quality ionic magnesium chloride at natural grocers. Perfect. As long as liquid format, and it comes with the other minerals as well too, should be fine. Give me a second, guys. I lost internet connection on my system. I don't know why. Okay, I think we're good. I just had to shut off a few things so I'm not losing signal. Okay, what do you think about moringa? I don't know. I can't really tell you much about it. I tried it once, didn't really feel a difference. Is it a waste of money? Is there any benefits from it? Is it gonna give you exactly what they claim it does? It's hard to tell. Like, one of the best thing to do is, if you actually want to get something and test it out, you do have purchase it for at least 6 months to a year to kind of notice a difference. And you do have to do some blood work behind it just to make sure it is exactly what they claim it does. Whether it fulfills any gaps in mineralization or vitamins or not. That's something you'll have to check. I don't have much information on it. My feet have been hurting lately. I am on my feet all day at work. You're probably overusing magnesium. So probably get some magnesium glycinate to help relax the muscle. Just standing too long sometimes is going to end up causing some lower back pain as well too, especially if you have any support on your feet. So there's going to be a lot of stress. So sometimes you almost have to kind of sit and relax because the nerve endings in your feet, they become very, very sensitive as well too, right? So one of the best thing to do is when you get home, soak your feet with like Epsom salt or magnesium flakes to help relax the nerves in the feet as well. That would be excellent to try. LDL 171 and triglyceride 75, zero calcium buildup. Any concern? Cholesterol is irrelevant. High LDL levels, it's pretty much irrelevant. And we never really look at the LDL level. We actually look at triglyceride to HDL ratio. And we're looking for a ratio to be below 1. So you gave me a triglyceride being 75. Definitely would like to see what your HDL is. But if you have a CAC score of 0, there's no concern. The only thing you have is if there's inflammation, then you have to kind of be careful of soft because there's two different factors. There's soft plaque and heart calcification. Poor circulation in feet. What about neuropathy? Neuropathy could be an issue only if you're getting like tingly sensation, pinch in the nerves and stuff like that. Then yes, we could look into it as being a neuropathy issue. But sometimes feet hurts from standing too long. Sometimes it's just pressure on the joints all day on the nerve endings. So all that stuff kind of varies. But as well, if you're gonna be standing all day, you're gonna have a lot of stress on your feet. It's good to have some good shoes to support, good socks to actually prevent any moisture buildup. So there's a lot of things you actually have to look into before we kind of assume it's the body's breaking down or something's happening with neuropathy or not. What do you think about P157 peptide for inflammation? P157? Are you talking about BPC 157? Probably that's what you're talking about, BPC 157, right? Not P157. Because I haven't heard of P157. BP157, it does work. You have to do a cycle of 6 to 8 weeks and see how you feel. If you feel good, then it's probably working. If you don't, then it's not, because it doesn't work for everybody. So it's almost like a hit and miss. It's something you have to try. You have to invest the money into it and see how your body reacts, because certain individuals react different than others. Some, they would feel amazing, especially when it comes down to gut health, and some, they absolutely feel nothing. What are your thoughts on doctors suggesting having LDL below 70 and total cholesterol below 150? The moment you're going to have LDL below 70, you're going to actually reduce your testosterone, because you're going to actually start fluctuating your hormones. You're going to probably start losing hair, high chances of cancer. There's a lot of things could happen, because keep in mind, cholesterol is not the enemy. LDL is not the enemy. LDL is there to protect you. When you actually have an injury in your body, or let's say arterial injury or anything, the first thing that comes to aid is LDL. The downfall is when LDL is going after the lesion or the issue that is trying to repair, sometimes it gets stuck, and that's why we end up getting oxidized LDL. So lowering LDL down to 70, that's ridiculous, because your cognition, your brain is made out of 80% cholesterol. So imagine you're cutting that in half. So that's kind of crazy. That's what I think. I came across this study that linked tendonitis to gallbladder issues. What do you think? Tendonitis is actually, it's all related to your gut more than anything. And gallbladder plays a huge role in the bile production. Whether it's actually there's a connection or not, I haven't really looked into it in depth. But usually with tendonitis is fixable once you actually fix your diet and actually allow proper bile acid to be flowing correctly from the liver to the gallbladder. So there could be some, like you said, there could be some link to it. I'll have to just look into it in depth. So a carnivore diet can sap magnesium levels because the high protein intake, whether you're on a carnivore diet or in a Paleolithic diet, we tend to consume a lot of protein. In the presence of consuming a lot of protein, we end up overusing magnesium. So, but in every single diet, whether you're in a carnivore, Paleolithic, ketogenic, vegan, vegetarian, we all need magnesium to actually support our body, and we're all deficient in magnesium. How do you explain vegans who are thriving with very low cholesterol? They're not, how can I say this? When it comes down to vegan, keep in mind, this is kind of funny in a way, because whether you eat cholesterol or you don't, your liver still produces 3,000 milligrams daily. So whether you are on a vegan diet and you're not intaking any animal fats or any cholesterol, your liver still producing 3,000 milligrams daily. So if you're actually on a carnivore diet and you're eating cholesterol, it's pretty much irrelevant. If you're eating 2,000 milligrams of cholesterol, your liver will still produce a specific amount to actually maintain that 3,000 milligrams of cholesterol. So it's pretty much irrelevant to kind of compare vegan on a low calorie intake, on a low cholesterol intake or not. Hello from Texas. Keep up the great work. Hey, Pete, how are you? I wanted to do a big shout out to Pete for sending me a good. He sent me some good supplementation to actually try. So I actually opened up the package like an hour ago. I was reading it. Super excited to actually try it out, Pete, and I'll definitely keep you updated. Thanks so much for the gift, and thanks so much for the support and the donation through YouTube as well. It's starting to get cold here in Canada. Actually, today woke up this morning, it was like almost 5 degrees. So as you guys can see, I have a sweater on, the heat is on. It's ridiculous. The summer is super short here. Should we take glycine and threonate and malate every day? What's the matter, Duke? Go outside, go. Duke wants me to go outside for a minute. Let's go outside. You could. It depends. So malate is mostly used for energy. Threonate is used for your brain. Glycinate is used for relaxation. As simple as that. Whether should you take them all together? I wouldn't. I would probably take them on a separate timing, because imagine you're taking malate for energy, but yet you're taking glycinate to help you relax. I think that will actually conflict. How do you figure out bile issues? Is there a test? We have a call scheduled, but just for chit chat. So what happened is, if your poop is flowing, that means your gallbladder is not releasing enough bile to break down the fats. Gonna be 37 tonight in Idaho Falls. Well, hey, happy birthday. Make sure you have some good quality cake and enjoy your evening. I extended, fasted, and got gallstones. What do I do? Drink some olive oil and lemon. You can actually flush them down. You can actually stimulate your gallbladder. NAC benefits. One of the best benefits is it does actually get rid of any mucus, especially if you have any lung issue, especially anybody who has issues with getting sick often. NAC would be highly usable. Now, if you take NAC and you have a glycine, that's when you actually activate or becomes a precursor for L-glutathione, one of the most antioxidants for the body. It's the mother of antioxidants, glutathione. Can too much dietary cholesterol be an issue for somebody? No. Cholesterol is not the issue. How to get rid of gallstones? You can do lemon and olive oil to stimulate your gallbladder. Can malic acid help gallbladder as well? Yes, you have to take malic acid before you stimulate the gallbladder, so you can actually widen up the duct. So in case you have gallstones trying to pass, they're not actually gonna get stuck. Hey, Striken, how are you? Dose for NEC. So me personally, now you can decide what you need to take. Me personally, if I feel like I'm gonna get sick, like today I've been having a major headache because it's like hot and cold, hot and cold. The weather's changing so much. So what I do is I take 2,400 milligrams of NAC every 3 hours, 5 days on, 3 days off. On the 3 days off, if I feel great, I completely stop. If I don't feel great, I repeat the cycle again. So keep in mind, 2,400 milligrams every 3 hours, 5 days on, 3 days off. That's the best way to take NAC. Ziggy, it's all related to the liver. It's all related to the liver. Bile is produced from cholesterol. When you don't consume enough cholesterol, not enough bile is produced. Rorohead, thank you. Guys, let's tap the screen. Maybe we'll get more likes. We get more people to actually ask more questions. I know sometimes you guys ask me some complicated questions, but I'll try to think. Staying warm, you can have my heat 105. It's crazy here. Like this is how it's been all day. It's been cloudy, rainy, and it's freaking cold. Wearing a sweater. So tomorrow's supposed to be plus 24, I hope, but it's gonna be as low as 2 degrees tonight. So I have the heater ready as well. I don't even have my wood stove installed yet. We're running behind. Hopefully I get a notification on this phone before the battery dies. Yesterday, the other day on YouTube, the battery died completely while I was recording. So hopefully I can get a picture. I know you guys been asking about Duke the other day. Here, I'll show you what he's doing as usual. What do you guys think he's doing? What are some habits you have that contribute to a healthy life? Grounding, being thankful. Control your mind is very, very crucial because stress is what actually interrupts our life so much. That's something we need to actually control. And one of the most important thing in a healthy life is your gut. You have a happy gut, your whole body is going to be happy. Your whole life is going to be happy because the moment you have issues with your gut, you're never going to be satisfied at all. And being stress-free is the most important. So if you have your mind running at 100 miles an hour, that's going to actually bring you down and that's going to stress you out. Thoughts on flaxseed and effects on testosterone. Flaxseed is estrogenic, by the way. So I would never really use flaxseed, and there's no point of using flaxseed. If you're just using it for the fiber, let me tell you something. I think fiber is a myth. What causes heart failure after having a bypass? I was told it's mild. What causes heart failure after having a bypass? Could be many things. Could be many things. I'll have to actually look at some of the reports. I have to look at some of the biomarkers, but it could be many things. Sometimes, so when you had the bypass, what did they do? In menopause, cholesterol is high, LDL high, but low triglyceride and normal HDL. Any suggestion? Suggestion for what? Are you worried about LDL? There's nothing to be worried about LDL, seriously, unless it's being oxidized. Whether your LDL is 500 or whether your LDL is 900, there's nothing to worry about it unless it's being oxidized, unless you actually have a lesion, unless you have calcifications or soft plaque. And then we actually can look into it. Having high cholesterol, low cholesterol pretty much is irrelevant. Seriously, the only thing we look into is triglyceride and HDL. We just want to make sure the ratio is below 1. If you are below 1, there's nothing to worry about other than actually doing further testing to see if there's any calcifications or any arterial damage. Maurice is literally the man on the mountain top you seek for advice on longevity. Cheers. Longevity, your mitochondria is very, very important. Very, very important. You guys got to take care of your mitochondria, and the backbone of your mitochondria is creatine and D-ribose. Can we see Duke quiet tonight? Let me switch the camera here, so hopefully you guys can see where he's at. Flip camera. Let's flip camera. I should put my other shoes on because the ground is very wet. Where's Duke? Let's go look for him. Where is he? Oh, there he is. There's Big Duke. Hey, bud. Where were you? Everybody's been asking about you. Duke. Hey. Who's here? Check. Check the front. Anybody here? Bork. Yes, good boy. Can someone quit high blood pressure meds 20 years later and try more natural ways? Yes, 100% you could. Once you actually saturate your cells with proper magnesium and taurine, hawthorn to actually assist in the process, and some nitrate, 100% you could. My latest video on YouTube I just put out was an example in regards to how to wean off certain medications. Creatine and D-ribose are the backbone of your mitochondria. Keep in mind, everything you do, everything that happens in your body requires energy. So if your mitochondria are struggling, your body won't be able to digest, your body won't be able to heal itself, your body won't be able to actually sleep correct or recover or anything. So your mitochondria is very crucial in this. Duke. Bork. Scare them. Come on. He's looking at something down on the bottom. What is the best for carpal tunnel? You have to actually exercise with a small weight, and you just have to kind of hold it, extend it, and actually just do wrist curls and reverse. You got to do that a few times a day. Can one stop thyroid meds? Yes and no, but it is a very long process. It can take roughly about 24 weeks to quit thyroid medications. I just stumbled on your chat and I subscribed. Cheers. Thanks so much, Bart. This topic is a huge interest to me. But weaning off the medication, a lot of the medications we can wean off of them. But you know, you guys, for fact, the only reason you were on these medications because you've caused a deficiency in certain minerals and certain vitamins that you're not getting from your intake of food, because we all kind of consume food differently than others. So sometimes we end up having an incident such as high blood pressure or such as hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism or type 2 diabetes or heart disease is because we became deficient. So we end up being on medications. Can we get off these medications safely? The question is 100% yes, but you have to fulfill these missing gaps. So once you fulfill these missing gaps with the proper mineralization, proper supplementation, then you can wean off these medications. The question is, before you wean off these medications, there are specific biomarkers that you guys have to check to make sure they're not because they tend to go haywire. For example, if you go on high blood pressure, one of the major side effects of high blood pressure, it does increase your homocysteine. And having high homocysteine causes your arterial system to actually become stiff and sometimes calcified. So we actually check certain biomarkers before we get off certain medications to make sure they're not being interrupted by that medication. And if they are not being interrupted by that medication, and you can actually start to fulfill with these supplements, then you can start the process of weaning off correctly. I recognize it from Ford Brewer's channel or LPG. Don't forget to like. Cheers, James. Thanks so much. You nailed it. Vitamins, mineral deficiency. Yeah, guys, it is vitamin mineral deficiency. We are not medically deficient. Keep that in mind. We are not medically deficient. Medications are just there to actually, shut down that symptoms, but they're not there to actually fix the root cause. So we need to fix the root cause ASAP. Beetroot benefits, supplement dose. If you're looking to actually utilize beetroot for vasodilation, you need to be consuming 300 grams of beetroot so you can get an amount of 500 milligrams of nitrate to activate the nitric oxide pathway. I'm just gonna switch the screen here because I'm having a hard time. Duke is sitting in the bottom relaxing. Must be nice, Duke. Let's see where we at here. I think I'm addicted to food. If I go without it long enough, I begin wasting away. Just you're probably not eating enough saturated fats, brain. Come here up. Come up, Duke. Come up here. Yes, sir. Like you, I found this channel by happy accident. Glad to see you here. Definitely accident. It's fairly new. Pomegranate, good too. Pomegranate, when you guys are eating pomegranate 100%, it is excellent. If you're buying pomegranate as powder, just make sure you're looking for a 90, what is it, 95 or 98% extracted. So that's what we call the ellagic acid that we're looking for. Ellagic acid falls in the category of polyphenols. Polyphenols I've tested over the years to actually prevent soft plaque buildup. So it's really, really crucial. So you have ellagic acid comes from pomegranate. You have EGCG coming from green tea. Even in coffee as well, too, you get about 300 milligrams of polyphenols per cup, which is excellent to have. Nitrate supplement are worthwhile. I take a nitrate supplement made by Berkeley. It's a patent design. It actually stays in the body for about 6 to 8 hours, and it's actually activated per body's response. Duke, come up here. Duke is all the way in the bottom. He's right on the sand. Can you guys see him? He's having too much fun. Is it you that choppy or me? I think it's you. My screen is going fine. It's not cutting out here at all. Is iodine supplement need? Yes, it is, especially for, thyroid support and overall health. I'll probably be doing a video on iodine because I did stumble on some good quality information, and we're talking like high levels of iodine intake. Is it good to take 2 types of collagen or 5 types of collagen? One of the best thing to do is take type 1 and type 3 for collagen. Are you saying the winter there? It is, it is. Look, I already got my sweater. Freaking, it's funny. The month of June was all rainy. Month of July, we had 2 weeks of sun, 2 weeks of fires. Month of August, 1 week of fire. And 1 week went inside the family, and now it's starting to get cold. So there's my summer. That's how short the summer here in Canada sometimes. It's crazy. Did you move there or did you always live there? I live in a city, and I've been coming here for the past couple of years trying to build my little tiny house, as you guys can see behind me. Still in development. If I finish it, I'll stay here for the full winter. If not, I'll have to head back before December, and I'll spend December with the family and probably come back here again in March. Your thoughts on fiber? I don't think we need fiber. That's me personally. I've been on a carnivore diet for 10 years. I still have my daily poop movement without any fibers. Just recently, in the past 2 years, I started growing my own cucumbers. It's actually, cucumber is a fruit. That's the only fruit that I like, cucumber. Berries, for berries this year, I've only had 1 cup of blueberries. Actually, it's wild blueberries that I got from here, the Crown Land, and that's about it. And maybe some apples. That's it. That's the only thing I eat in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's just strictly meat, cheeses, eggs. Well, we get a lot of collagen from meat, and collagen can actually activate your fiber, so that works as fiber. Other than that, I still do a carb load once a week as well. Duke, house me with the mice. We've already caught, probably this season, we've caught maybe about 8 mice, and it was one muskrat. That thing was big and massive and ugly. What about chia seeds? Chia seeds, the only benefit they have is just fiber. Don't think about the ALA of omega-3s. Your bodies will never convert ALA to proper omega-3s. I tried on all plant diet, and I didn't see much benefit as when I was on carnivore. The problem is when you go on plant diet, you have to almost eat twice as much to get the same equivalent dense nutrients and bioavailable of food. So that's why, would you rather eat, let's say, 8 ounces steak, or would you eat, like, say, 6, 7 pounds of broccoli and others to actually feel fulfilled, for example, right? It's just the amount of food and the quantity is so high. With the carnivore diet, you might eat 1 or 2 steaks, you might feel fulfilled and satiated, and your outcome of poop might be so minuscule, probably less than 1% of what you ate, compared to eating plant-based. Your outcome could be 3 times as much. Protein is very important to be consumed. It depends on your athletic performance. I would say I like to actually go with 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight. That's me personally. 1 gram per 1 pound of body weight. Only lost 20 pounds in 1 year and 8 months on GLP-1. Do you do privates? I do, yes. You can book a time, Lana. Duke, come up here. I can't see you anymore. It's too dark. What are your thoughts on red light therapy? I use a large Joovv panel, which I really like. 20 minutes a day, plus it has a nice alarm sunrise function for waking up. Pete, I've been using a Joovv product since 2015, when I met some of the owners in one of the bulletproof conference in California. I was invited to it. And since then, I've been using the full body panel from Joovv. I couldn't bring it here with me to the tiny house because I didn't have enough wattage to run it. It's a 1,000-watt unit. And I use it actually 6 minutes, 3 times a day. That's how I was using it. And I use it for my eyes. I actually shoot it on my neck and the carotid arteries. I actually shoot it on the heart. And you know for a fact, if you shoot it on your man parts, it does increase your testosterone as well too. Other than that, there's one time I did a mistake and I injured my elbow. That's when I actually torn my bicep, and I slept on it. I actually had it on my elbow because it was so painful, and I fell asleep on it, and I woke up, there was like 4 burn marks by my elbow, and upper side between the elbow and the bicep. And it's funny to say because I was in pain for almost 4 months, and when I woke up the next day after that burn that happened from that infrared light, the pain completely gone, and the strength came back on my bicep. So I don't know if the light did anything specific. Now currently I got this as a gift. Let me show it to you. And I haven't had a chance to actually use this, so I can't really tell you how well it works. So this one here by Move, you probably heard of Move Plus. So I got this one by Canon. So this one is the LED lights. I don't know if you've seen this as well too. It is infrared as well too. And I'm actually using that right now till I get the full unit back off a grid. If I'm not going to be able to install it, I have to actually do something with the power and actually increase it so I can get a proper 1,000 watt, so I can reuse the full panel. But there is a full panel, and I think everybody that actually has one, as soon as you wake up, your initial morning, you should actually have the light activated, and you're actually looking at it directly. Some individuals say you have to close your eyes. I don't. I actually feel better when I have my eyes open, but I only stay on it for 6 minutes at a time. So 20 minutes a day, do you shoot it all on one side of the body, or 10 minutes and 10 minutes, or how do you do it? I love baking a meatloaf with a sweet baby raised barbecue sauce on it. Are there carnivore or keto sauces that would work also? Any specific recommendations? To be honest with you, the only sauces I actually use on a steak, I don't use anything actually other than butter, and I actually get wild oregano and I mix it up with the butter, and I get sometimes a little bit of garlic and I mix it up with the butter and I actually place it on top. But yeah, I don't have a specific like barbecue or anything that I actually use, or any specific sauces. I just don't trust any of them, to be honest with you. So I rather kind of make my own. 10 minutes front, 10 minutes back, at bedtime. Oh, perfect. So once a day, 20 minutes a day at night, nothing in the morning, or do you still do it in the morning? Sunrise is a nice alarm. Sunrise function for waking up. Oh, perfect. So you do it twice a day then, morning and evening. Is taking naps okay or is it bad? The only reason you're taking naps, obviously your body's not going on a full recovery at night. Canned gravy from Dollar. Come on, Eric. You ruined Blaine's meatloaf with the canned gravy. I don't think that's gonna go good, Blaine. He's just having Eric is having too much fun with us here right now. Been taking magnesium glycinate and vitamin D3 and seems like wasn't getting anxiety lately lots. See, the glycinate, bisglycinate, actually is supposed to help you relax. If anything, I would actually add L-theanine with it as well too. So this way it kind of eliminates all that anxiety, stress, and everything. I should actually charge this. Um, but yeah, I've been using Nespeed since I've been here, and I wrap it around my neck so I can actually get it on the carotid arteries as well too. I've been just playing with it back and forth, but these they actually come off when you charge it as well too. It's a nice little kit. I think the price is a little bit overpriced for that small unit. What's the best anti-wrinkle procedure out there? Can we do some beauty influencers questions? You have for let's see, for the skin, you have collagen type 1 and type 3. That's one thing. Cold exposure is one of the best thing you can do. I think that would be the best thing for the skin. Another great tool for the skin. Here, let me show you guys. I have so many toys, to be honest with you, and I haven't had a chance to make a lot of videos on them yet. Let me show you. Hold on. So why don't you get this, Ziggy, for the facial? So you guys probably heard of Jaws. What is it called? Jaws? I haven't had a chance to open it. So there we go. Why don't you actually get something like this? I have it on my website. They just sent me the box like 4 days ago. I just opened it up by Jaws. So this is good for your to tighten the skin, and it is anti-wrinkle actually, but you gotta do it every day, a few minutes a day. So this way it actually stimulates the collagen in your tissue. Another thing you can do, you can always do peptides, but this thing here, this is how you do it actually. You guys probably seen people doing this, right? So this is 80-pound pressure. Now there's no way you can actually squeeze 80 pounds in your hand, in your fingers. And when you actually put it in, you can actually squeeze it very easily. And actually it tightens. It will shape up your jaw and it tightens your skin. So maybe try something like that, Ziggy. See how that works for you. Let me know. And I just put it on the website as well too. I haven't had a chance to actually play with it much, but you're supposed to do it every day for a few minutes for at least 30 days. Then you're gonna notice a huge difference. Have you got your kayak up and going? I've only gone on a kayak once. I did catch a small fish, and it's been cold, and I was away for about a week and 3 days visiting the family. So because nobody could come up here due to the fires we had, so I went back to the city, spent a week and a half, came back, and it's winter here because it's freaking cold. So now, as soon as I get my wood stove done with, Blaine, I will start to take the kayak out and try to actually go fishing again. I was able to fix all 4 holes. There's only one hole that is actually keep breaking apart. It's not holding the plastic together for some reason. I got those, bro. They work. Oh, you got them too, Eric? Oh, nice. Nice. Let me know how they work out for you. Let's see if I can get the lights. Okay, Luke is outside. Here is pretty dark. I don't have any lights, any system hooked up here in the tiny house yet, other than a small light that I have behind me. Anything to lower A1C? It's your diet, Mimi. It's your diet. If you want to lower A1C, the first thing you can do is switch all your carbohydrates or your simple carbohydrates, seed oils, grains, eliminate that, and switch the simple carbohydrates to being last meal of the day. Good night from the East Coast. Wish these lives moved to an hour earlier. Thank you for what you do. Ziggy, I will try. I will try. I think once I finish some of the stuff outside before the winter hits, I'll definitely start to come in a little bit earlier. No worries. Looking forward to our chat soon. What are the main fish you catch at your lake? So we have lake trout. We have trout. There's another lake is about 30 minutes away from here. We have wild sockeye salmon. And that's the only ones that I know so far. And there's another lake I haven't been to. It's a very big lake that actually goes between Canada and the US. It's roughly about 300 kilometers in length, and that one has multiple type of fish. I haven't had a chance to go fishing in it, but I'll find out. I haven't taken the kayak to that lake yet. I'd like to actually have one of these pontoons to actually go on that lake. Are you going to use that amazing diesel heater? No, I don't. I haven't seen that one yet, whether it works good or not. Hey, Maurice, I feel there is something stuck in my throat and chest. What should I do? That's inflammation from omega-6. You're consuming a lot of omega-6 in your diet. Why simple carbs later in the day? So this way you're not actually activating your triglyceride and actually spiking your HbA1c levels. Get ready for ice fishing. Have not done ice fishing at all. I've been invited this year to actually stay so I can go with a couple neighbors, but I have not tried ice fishing at all. Would definitely like to, but I want to get things done here so I can feel nice and warm first. Or else I don't want to head back to the city and get stuck with the new vaccination that they're getting everybody ready. And they're so we'll get ready, guys. It's gonna be an interesting winter. Cheers, the real 777. Thank you. Check it out on Amazon. So gas diesel heater. I will check it out. But this happened after I take vitamin D3. Vitamin D3. It depends what's the ingredients with vitamin D3. Are you in Detroit? No, I'm in Canada. Duke is sitting outside. But when I went fishing in Blaine couple times on that lake, all I caught was trout mostly and a lot of lake trouts. But they're pretty big. Like the one I caught last year was about well, not last year, the year before, was a lake trout. It was roughly about 5 pounds. That's the biggest I ever caught here off the kayak. But it's fun because, catching something that big on a kayak, actually, it drags you. It drags you in the water and it's a lot of fun. So definitely looking forward again to it because right now, once it gets cooler, it's going to be pretty awesome to go fishing. But I need to fix that kayak. Amazing unit for 130 bucks, really. Probably eats up a lot of diesel too, and it's pretty loud, isn't it, Eric? I'll check it out. I'll see, I'll look into it. Diesel heater. So the only thing that, this could happen from vitamin D unless you're actually allergic to some kind of ingredient in the vitamin D. And it depends what type of oil or fillers they're actually using. So that's always a good thing to check. 1 gallon of diesel will last 2 days. So 1 gallon, that's not bad actually. 2 days. 2 days, we're talking what, 24/7 on? So that could be like almost like a good emergency kind of thing to have, or maybe a kickstart until you get the wood stove up and running and heated. Viver diesel heater. I will check it out because I've been buying a lot of brand Viver. Is it Viver? I think they call it. I bought a few of their stuff, and they're actually I'm impressed by their quality actually. So it'll be quite interesting to try it out. Duke. Let's see if Duke wants to come in or he wants to stay outside. It's dark. That's exactly. It's good for nighttime. Hey, you wanna come in? Come and sit here on the carpet. Come on. Doesn't want to come in. Let's see here. Usually I like to have my mushroom coffee, but I'm out of it. And maybe we'll have some tea instead. I love coffee, but it gives me acid reflux. Do you recommend anything? Go back coffee again. The coffee that you're getting acid reflux from is the coffee that you're buying is not that great. I would actually switch. The only reason you get an acid reflux because it's just the way it's been roasted. Try a different type of coffee. What do you recommend for concussions? Not to be sitting on the phone right now. You should be in a dark room. The only thing you should actually be looking at is probably infrared light, so you can allow the brain to actually settle down again. And the only thing that you can actually support the brain with is high cholesterol foods like egg yolks and lots of mineralization. Is there a natural steroid to help with low blood platelets? Natural steroid to help with low blood platelets. Can't think of any. Barely coffee. Is that the coffee they were selling at Cabela's? Barely coffee. Sounds familiar. You have to try it. See the way you can tell if your coffee is good or not. Two things. If you're getting acid reflux or any type of increased acidity, the coffee roasting is not good. And if you actually have to run to the washroom or have to urinate within 15 minutes after you drink your coffee, the coffee quality is not good. So you have to actually switch the company to something else. Liver cleanse is mostly intermittent fasting and using digestive enzymes. So this way you're not forcing your pancreas to actually overstimulate itself to actually release enzymes to break down your food. That would be the best thing you can do for the pancreas. Is arugula okay to take daily to boost nitric oxide? Yes, and you have to take about 250 grams of arugula to actually activate the nitric oxide pathway. Maurice, when I go to Italy, what kind of coffee you want? Oh, I have to check. I have to check to see what they have in Italy. You surprised me, Marie. You surprised me with a nice coffee roast, and we'll definitely make some live, and we'll definitely give you a big shout out. And I hope you have a great time in Italy when you go there. The coffee I use, I actually buy it here locally. Where are you at? The Eagle has landed. Where are you at? Are you in Canada or are you in the US? Leaving the end of September. Well, have a safe trip and hopefully everything goes well. How long are you staying there for, Marie, in Italy? Oh, you're in Texas. So the coffee I get, it is here locally in Canada. It's made. They don't ship to the US. So you have to actually look for a local brand. I did go, to be honest with you, the Eagle has landed. To be honest with you, I've gone through almost 14 different companies before I found the correct one that I like, and it does not cause any of these symptoms. So you have to go through and see if you can buy like a sample of, let's say, 30 grams or at least 60 grams, so you can have at least 2 cups and see how you feel. If you felt any of these symptoms and you know for a fact that coffee is not good, then you move on to the next one. For 9 days. What about in Italy? Are you going to Rome or anywhere in specific? I've been to Rome almost back in 2010. A beautiful place. A beautiful place. You'll have an amazing time. I took probably more than 10,000 pictures, so you're going to be taking a lot of pictures. Maurice, where are you from originally? Originally from Lebanon. I moved to Canada back in '89. Then I went back to Lebanon in 2010. 2010? Yeah, 2010. And I stayed there for a few years. I had my own fitness facility there for a couple of years. And that didn't go really well because the economy was not good. And I came back to Canada. But when in 2011, 2013, that's when I did a specific tour, and I went and And I went to Italy, I went to Turkey, I went to Egypt, I went to a few other places. I love Lebanon, live, its food and people. It's an amazing place. It is an amazing place. It's just too bad it's not the same way as it used to be. I'm from Jordan, Texas, 46 years. Cheers to that. So you haven't been back to Jordan 46 years. That's a long time. I heard Texas is not. Never been to Texas before. Maybe I have to go do a visit one day. But I can't travel with Duke. I gotta find him a babysitter. I need to delete so many video and pictures I have on my phone. Trust me, you're gonna need lots of room on your phone, or maybe buy an extra camera, because you're gonna be taking a lot of pictures if you're going to Rome, because there's a lot of beautiful cathedrals and churches. You're probably gonna spend hours in every place. And Marie, before you go to, if you are going to Rome and you're going to actually check out some of these cathedrals and stuff, make sure you buy all your entrances online ahead of time, because the moment you get there, trust me, the lineups are gonna be massive, like hours. People will wait there from 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning to get into the cathedral. If you already if you pre-buy your pass online, they'll actually take you in instantly. So you don't want to end up wasting your time, just standing there in a line just to get into every cathedral, because every place you go to, it could take you more than probably 3, 4, 5 hours just to kind of view the scenery and stuff. Maurice, Lake Huron or Lake Michigan, I believe you're referring to for fishing. I think I gotta check. The lake that I actually go to for fish, it's called, Eric, what the hell is our big lake called here? Can't remember. Shoot. But yeah, it goes from Canada to the US. I think it probably goes through Lake Huron, I believe, Susan. I gotta check the map. Lake Ontario or Lake Superior. Let me check here. I have my computer on here. Can't remember. Forgot the name. I will talk to my son about this. Yeah, for sure. Make sure you do book all that stuff ahead, or else it's gonna be very, very tough. Very, very tough. Are you Italian? No, I'm originally from Lebanon. Let me see. What's the lake called that I go fishing with? I haven't gone to it yet, but it's oh yeah, it's Arrow Lake. Arrow Lake is the one that I was actually talking about. So Arrow Lake is length. Here, let's see. Arrow Lake length between Canada and USA. So if I jump on Arrow Lake and I can actually hit the yes, 230 kilometers. 230 kilometers. Tablets or paste? Ivermectin paste. Cool, you look Italian. Sajid, how are you? Yeah, it's 230 kilometers in length. So I can jump in the lake here and I can just draft all the way down and I can hit the US. There's good fishing there. That's what I heard. I haven't fished in it yet. I've only fished within the smaller lakes around me. There's 7 lakes within the location I'm in, within like 2 minutes to like 30 minutes drive. And there's different sizes of fish. It's pretty amazing. It's very beautiful scenery. I just haven't had a chance to go to any of them much, just because I've been too busy trying to finish the tiny house, trying to finish the only thing I'm a little bit worried about is just the wood stove. Once the wood stove is done, then I can start doing other things. You never got back to my messages. I'll have to check. Was it on TikTok or was it on email? Sajid. I got probably close to about 600 messages, and I want to apologize for everybody for missing all these messages. It's just I'm not able to keep up. And TikTok, keep in mind, guys, a lot of TikTok messages have been blocked. And because I switched the phone, because Duke broke my iPhone, so I switched to an Android temporary. And you guys probably got my email, because all my WhatsApp contacts, everybody that I actually been communicating with, they're all completely gone. So that's why I asked everybody to add me again. I grew up in St. Catharines, Ontario, and traveled to Cape Breton every summer. Oh, nice. That's awesome. So where are you at, Susan, right now? You're not in Ontario anymore. I have Android, Samsung. Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. I'm using the Android Samsung right now because my iPhone, I've been using iPhone for probably 10 some years and it's completely gone. Oh, you're in Alberta. So you're pretty close probably to Calgary then. That's where I usually go down to. Um, what are Duke is here. He's sitting outside sleeping. He doesn't want to come in, so I have to go catch him. I have to change my shoes because it's been raining lots. The ground is quite wet, and he's outside. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Close. Yeah, usually, so I head to Calgary. It depends how things go in here. Because yesterday and the day before, when I got back here, it's been nothing but rain, and the temperature actually dropped quite dramatically from being a plus 24 down to like 5 degrees. So woke up this morning, there's actually almost felt like frost. There's fog everywhere. The humidity was at 91% this morning, so it was really, really cold. I had to actually run the heater again, the gas heater. I don't have a heater in a tiny house yet because the guy that was supposed to install my wood stove couldn't do any work during the fires. So it's been pushed all the way till October, and I can't wait till October. So I'm gonna try to install the wood stove by myself. I'm gonna go this week and buy the parts and see if I can get it done myself. And maybe I'll get him to come and check it if I'm able to actually at least maybe run it before October. Which creatine brand do you recommend? So there's two types of creatine, guys, when you look into it. There's creatine monohydrate, and there's creatine HCl. HCl stands for hydrochloric acid. The only reason they have hydrochloric acid is for more bioavailability and for more absorption. So if you find both, they both work not bad, but the hydrochloric acid is going to be more expensive. Okay, and just because it actually uptake or absorb a lot better in your body. So if I was you, I would consider going for creatine HCl, even though it's a little bit pricier, but it's better for overall. And technically you don't have to do that loading phase that everybody used to talk about in the days where you have to do 20 grams a day. For the brand, it doesn't really matter, as long as the only reason I say it doesn't matter because there's only three main manufacturers that actually produce creatine. So these brands, they're all kind of using the same type of, these companies are actually using the same brand, the same manufacturer. So there's no point of actually pick and choosing. Just get the one best for the dollar and just make sure it is HCl, creatine HCl. That would be probably your best thing to do. Oh, I got a little bit of mushroom coffee left, so I'm gonna actually put that in the water. With no MCT. I don't feel like mixing MCT right now. I'm already kind of tired. It's been a long day. And when you take your creatine, try not to exceed no more than about, you don't need that much, no more than about 3 grams per dose. And you can definitely take it 2 times a day, 3 times a day. It depends how much energy you need. It's good to take it early morning as soon as you wake up. It's good to take it in the afternoon before you feel any like afternoon crash. It is good to take it even before you sleep. So because your body uses a lot of energy at night to actually repair your body. So if you have a creatine and it's actually activating your mitochondria, it's going to help to actually for some of the repair mechanism to actually work without actually, how can I say this? Because if you have enough energy when you fall asleep, your sleep is not going to be rested, it's going to be restless. So you're not going to really go into deep sleep. You're going to be restless the next day. So if you take the creatine at night or take it with magnesium glycinate and L-theanine, you're going to wake up feeling rested and relaxed. And sometimes you're going to end up going into such a high deep sleep. And you need at least 2 hours of deep sleep would be ideal. So yesterday when I did it, I got almost an hour and 45 minutes of deep sleep, and I got 2 hours of REM sleep. So that's why I still wake up about 4 or 5 every morning, just because my deep sleep is pretty high and my REM sleep. Empty stomach, yes, empty stomach would be ideal to take it. Now, if you want even a way better of a mitochondria boost, then you can add about 2.5 grams of D-ribose. And D-ribose would be excellent to utilize because that's like the main backbone of your mitochondria or your ATP production. In the presence of D-ribose, you can almost reverse certain diseases as well too if utilized correctly. Now, I know we're gonna, in this video, I was gonna focus more on a lot of the medications and weaning off some of these medications. So anybody out there, you know, whether you are taking heart medications, thyroid medications, diabetics, anything like that, all that stuff, you guys can wean off of them very safely as long as you actually check your biomarkers, make sure nothing is conflicted. And if nothing's conflicted, then there is a replacement of every medication, and it's replaced with different type of vitamins and minerals. And once you saturate your cells correctly, then you can get off these medications very, very safely without any side effects at all. And the latest video I did on YouTube was mostly talking about blood pressure, how you can get off the medications of blood pressure, but you still have to saturate properly with magnesium and taurine. So definitely, you guys, if you have time, check it out. Let me know your thoughts on it. Doesn't taste good. I'm gonna put some MCT oil with it because it doesn't taste good. It's funny, things don't taste good if you don't put MCT. So this is MCT I use. It's actually pure caprylic acid 8. And, you know, it's funny, the moment you actually put a little bit of MCT and you mix it with the tea or the mushroom coffee or even your coffee, the flavor of it changes dramatically. And that's the only way you can actually absorb your polyphenols as well too. Can you be healthy with only 4 hours of sleep per night if you do everything else right? Yes and no. Yes, if you're able to get at least 2 hours of deep sleep and an hour of REM sleep. If not, then no. You're gonna end up causing more harm than good. Even if you're doing everything else is good. Even if you're eating healthy, exercising, you know, doing all that stuff, but your sleep is not good, then it's not good for your whole body. Sleep is very crucial. 4 hours of sleep is, like I said, I do 4 hours of sleep, maximum 5, but I make sure I need to actually be getting some good quality deep sleep. If I don't, you're not gonna function, and you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. What is a good magnesium I can buy so I can sleep? Magnesium glycinate. And you're gonna take at least 200 to 400 milligrams, and you should take 200 milligrams of L-theanine with it. Now it tastes better. So magnesium glycinate, I would take anywhere between 200 to 400 milligrams. L-theanine, 200 milligrams. Some people like to add 500 milligrams of GABA as a stack, and some they like to take 1 teaspoon of cherry tart. Now, cherry tart is a precursor of melatonin. So if your body needs 5 milligrams of melatonin, it's going to support that. If your body needs more than 5 milligrams of melatonin, it's going to even support that. LTN? What do you mean by LTN? What natural foods for L-theanine if you don't take it from supplements? The only product that actually contains L-theanine is green tea, but you don't really get nearly enough. You need, I think I did a calculation, every 100 milligrams of L-theanine, I think is equivalent to about 6 cups, I believe it was. So the amount we get from green tea is very minimal. And the problem is if you drink green tea at night to get the L-theanine, it will definitely conflict with your sleep. So that's the only food item that would actually contain L-theanine. Ionic magnesium from magnesium chloride. Yes, ionic magnesium is your most natural form of magnesium that is found in our water and is found in our food. And it's the most bioavailable magnesium elemental. Our body can actually absorb 65% from the ionic chloride, while the other forms like glycinate, threonate, citrate, the amount we get of elemental is very, very minimal. So that's why it takes a very long time to saturate. Hi, Maurice. It's me, Jude. I'm still having problems with my sleep. Let's talk about it, Jude. What's I know we talked about it last time. How many hours are you getting right now? And I think we've talked about the cherry tart, magnesium glycinate. We talked about GABA. I'm on a double dose of magnesium as you told me. Okay, perfect. And you're taking it right before you sleep. I get 3 hours, sometimes 4. But are you getting any, how do you monitor your sleep? Do you have anything like an Aura ring or any specific gadget you're wearing to actually monitor your sleep? Altogether 30 minutes before I sleep. Okay, let's try to take the magnesium glycinate right when you're actually trying to lay down, just to kind of take the magnesium glycinate. So you have a watch. Does the watch monitor your restless sleep, REM sleep, deep sleep? What kind of watch is it? Is it an Apple Watch that you're wearing? When you're going back to bed, are you taking the L-theanine to try to go back to bed? Because without L-theanine, you won't be able to actually go back to bed. What is L-theanine good for? It does have a sleepy app. Are you using the Apple Watch? It's Huawei. Okay. Now, when you have it, you have Huawei connected to your phone. Is it a Bluetooth connection? So when you fall asleep, do you actually keep your Bluetooth connection activated? Long time no see. Hey. Jude, when you go to sleep, do you keep your Bluetooth activated on your Huawei watch? Or is it completely in airplane mode? I take L-theanine in the morning. Should I take in the evening? You can take L-theanine in the morning, lunch, and before you sleep, Shell. It's really good for the brain. No, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and turn off my Bluetooth. So there's no connections between the Bluetooth and the Huawei smartwatch then. That means there's no EMF being transmitting to your system at all. Okay, that's good. I heard that Duke broke your phone. Duke better buy a new iPhone 15 Pro Max. Yeah, he didn't buy me a new one, so I'm using an Android device right now to actually do these chats. No connection. Hey, Duke, come in. It's so dark outside. He's still outside. Duke. I know I'm gonna go. I have to go catch him in a bit, or else if he stays outside, it's gonna be insane. Come on, Duke. Come on. Come in. Look, he's running around. He doesn't want to come in. Come in. Look, I got a treat for you. Here. Come. Come on, the door is open. He actually likes cucumbers, so I got him a cucumber from my little greenhouse. Look, you want this? Oh, there he is. I got him. Yes. He loves cucumbers. I didn't even know the dogs love cucumbers. So I got these cucumbers from my greenhouse. I left the greenhouse for 10 days, came back. It's packed. I got like almost 30 cucumbers and like 10 zucchinis. It's crazy. And guess who's been eating all my cucumbers? Duke. Duke loves cucumbers. They're actually nice and refreshing. And they taste really, really good. Maybe that's making it worse. I started the NAC 2 tablets every 3 hours. Now you're taking the NAC because of a reason we talked about, I believe. You're not taking it just because you're taking it for overall health. You're taking it because to actually clean up your liver and actually help with the mucus. So the only reason it would actually cause any issues, only if it's actually detoxifying your liver quite a bit. Duke, who broke my phone that I lost everybody's contact? My mucus. Okay, so maybe try not to take the last dose, Jude. Don't take the last dose too close to bed, because probably could be detoxifying so much of your liver that's actually keeping you awake a bit, or probably giving you like restless sleep. Okay, Duke, okay. Where were you? Outside for an hour. Everybody misses you. There. Thanks for breaking my phone. Thanks for breaking my phone. Didn't even last not even a second with him. Crack. Try that, and now with the magnesium glycinate, instead of actually taking it 30 minutes before you sleep, have it ready in a cup of water, and as soon as you're actually starting to lay down, then drink that cup with the magnesium glycinate and your L-theanine. So let's say 5 minutes prior of you sleeping, for example, and try that and let me know if that works. Another option we can always do, Jude, is we can separate the magnesium and the glycinate. So you can buy glycine on its own, and you can take 3 grams of glycine and put it in a warm water and drink it, and that actually does a little bit higher of an effect than the mix. But we'll look into that down here within a week or so after you try that method. Is this all being recovered? If so, how do we find it? Is this all being it is being recorded on YouTube? Is that what you mean, James? It is all being recorded on YouTube, and you can definitely go there to my channel and actually watch the full episode and a lot of the Q&As that I'm actually going through right now as well too. Thanks, Heap. I'll let you know. Perfect. Yes. Yeah, let me know, Jude, and keep me updated, please. And I did send an email to a lot of my patients that I did actually, my phone was damaged and I ended up switching my phone. So I did send a message to everybody to re-add me back to WhatsApp. So I don't know if you guys didn't get my message. Please do add me, because I don't have anybody's phone number anymore. I do apologize. It's not my fault. It's this guy's fault. He's sitting right behind me on my bed. He steals my bed too. Right, Duke? You stole my bed too, right? Where are you going? Yeah, don't be chewing my... You're back to chewing my things. Why? Come here, come here, come here. Come here, you come here. Guys, I'll take one more question and we'll probably call it a night today, and hopefully I can come back tomorrow. Tomorrow I actually have a specific topic. I do want to talk about it and go a little bit more in details. Then we can actually discuss. There probably will be a lot of questions about it, and we can cover quite a bit of information. We're just gonna pick on a specific issue that people have been having with low levels of LDL mostly, or we can talk about a specific vitamin. Do you recommend iodine? It depends. It depends on. See, the thing is, you guys gotta understand. I hate giving or telling anybody, just randomly or blindly take vitamins and minerals without doing like a proper biomarker testing, without doing like blood testing to find out exactly what deficiency you have, what issues you're actually experiencing, and from there we can actually customize a plan for each one of you guys based on whether you need, for example, iodine or magnesium or glycine, etc. But yeah, taking 100 milligrams of iodine, technically, that's some of the recommendation. It's broken down in micrograms, so that's almost 100 milligrams is a bit too much. It's supposed to be in micrograms. So technically, one of the highest levels we take would be about 2.5 milligrams. So that's about 2,500 micrograms. I don't think you're taking 100 milligrams, Shell. That gotta be in micrograms, I believe. Because the amount I used to take was 2.5 milligrams, which is 2,500. So can you check on that, just to kind of make sure? Unless it is 100 milligrams, I don't think so. Wildlife, cheers. Thanks so much for the gift. Bottle says milligram. Oh, that's interesting. Is it pure iodine, or is it mix? That's interesting. 100 milligrams. Duke, don't break that. Okay. What's the brand name, Shell, if you don't mind me asking? Okay, I'm going. It's called Lugold. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. 100 milligrams. Maybe I'm mistaken. I have to check my box again. Yeah, it's the Lugold's iodine. That's the one I've been using as well too. But I'll double check. Maybe I'm mistaken. That it's supposed to be in milligrams, not micrograms, because there is 2,500 milligrams. Maybe I'll have to check. Blood type diet. I don't believe in the blood type diet. Sorry. Because some of the blood type, they say, they claim that we thrive on soy and we thrive on other things. I just can't see that being corrected. And drops, it's a lot. I've read few books about it. It's definitely a high dose. It is a high dose, yeah. It is a high dose, and a proper intake of iodine has to be a high dose. It cannot be what we've seen in certain locations where they give you like 1 milligram or even less than that. It has to be like in the upper levels of 100 milligrams. Same thing with melatonin. Melatonin, technically, they say take 1 or 2 milligrams. An average person needs anywhere between 100 to 200 milligrams of melatonin, and a lot of this information is hidden. So I'm glad you're reading about it. 100%. Yes, it is excellent for pineal gland. 135/90, high blood pressure, bad. Yes and no, but keep in mind the blood flow is very dangerous, and actually we don't want fluctuation. Fluctuation can actually cause damage into the arterial system. So the question is, why do you have high systolic and high diastolic? Is because you're deficient in magnesium. I only take 10 milligrams of melatonin. It is quite it is quite low. I started taking from 10. I went all the way up to almost right now. I'm taking 200 milligrams of melatonin. So there is like some of these supplements, because I do a lot of mega dosing. Some of the supplements actually has been mentioned on the bottles or certain places are 100% incorrect. Shell. And what happened is, like a lot of these vitamins and minerals, they always put, such a small amount because every person weighs differently. But for melatonin to work correctly, the dose has to be between 100 to 200 milligrams. The same thing when we take high dose of iodine as well too. What about the melatonin crop circle? Have you seen that? I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that one. I'll look into it. Doesn't our body produce melatonin? Yes, it does. But some of us, based on our lifestyle, sometimes we don't actually activate certain enzymes correctly. Duke, leave that alone. The thing is, there's a lot of hidden information, and we can actually cure our body with a lot of these supplementation. We just have to understand how to take them. I'm gonna write this down. Give me a second before I let you guys go, because my phone is down to like 10%, and I'll look into it. Give me a sec. I'm gonna put it in my notes so I can look into it. It's called melatonin chemical crop circle. Melatonin chemical crops. I'll check it out. I'll look into it. I'll look into it and see everything on it. I'll definitely check my the iodine. I think it is in milligrams. You're right. I think I was mistaken in micrograms, possibly. That's a crop circle. Aliens sending a message about melatonin. Crop circle. Is it? Here, let me see if I can pull it up on the internet before I let you guys go, because my phone is almost dead actually, because I don't have much percentage left. The mystery of 3 molecular crop circles. Is that the one you're reading? Let's see if I can look it up. Melatonin, the pineal gland. Okay, there we go. I think that's it. The melatonin, the pineal gland, your third eye, and the crop circles. I'll check it out. I'll read about it. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Maybe maybe I'll do like a full video on it, and hopefully, I tried to put 3 videos in the past week on TikTok, and they all got banned. All 3 videos. So every time I have to be careful of the title. Every time I actually put a title or put certain things, then within about 30 minutes of me uploading the video, it gets banned. So this week I had 3 videos being banned. This is the first time ever in the past, year and a half since I've been on TikTok. So I'm not sure what changed recently. Even if I actually show products on the live, I can get banned as well too. So I have to be careful. So that's why you guys haven't probably seen a lot of my videos recently. So that said, I'll probably come back again tomorrow evening. Hopefully it won't be too late. Maybe I'll try to come in a little bit earlier, just because a lot of you guys are missing the live. And we'll probably talk possibly on that melatonin. If I have time tomorrow to actually go through it, I'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. And Shell, hopefully you can join us again. In the meantime, you guys take care. Have a nice evening. And if some of you guys did miss the video, the live, it is going to be on YouTube. So you guys can go there and watch it. So have a good night, and we'll chat. It'll probably be, Susan, probably going to be about 7 p.m. my time. If you're in Alberta, it's going to be probably 8 p.m. your time. So that's going to be like my ideal time tomorrow as well. All right. So you guys have a nice evening, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.